Hey guys, welcome back. Some of you might remember a couple days ago I read this book. It's called The Guffalo. The author is Julia Donaldson and the illustrator is Axel Scheffler. And it's a pretty cute story. This is the same author that wrote the Room on the Broom book. And it's fun. This author likes to use a lot of rhyming. This is the next book in this series. It's called The Guffalo's Child. So we're going to read this one today. And the illustrations are darling. And it's a pretty cute book. So, The Guffalo's Child. The Guffalo's Child. The Guffalo said that no Guffalo should ever set foot in the deep dark wood. Why not? Why not? Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once, said the Guffalo. I met him a long, long time ago. And guys, he met that mouse in this book, where the mouse tricked him into being scared of him. What does he look like? Tell me, Dad. Is he terribly big and terribly bad? I can't quite remember, the Guffalo said, and then he thought for a minute and he scratched his head. The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and his scaly tail is terribly long. His eyes are like pools of terrible fire, and his terrible whiskers are tougher than wire. One snowy night, while the Guffalo snored, the Guffalo's child was feeling bored. The Guffalo's child was feeling brave, so she tiptoed out of the Guffalo cave. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. Into the wood went the Guffalo's child. Aha, aho, a trail in the snow. Whose trail is this and where does it go? A tail poked out of a long pile house. Could this be the tail of the big bad mouse? Out slid the creature. His eyes were small, and he didn't have whiskers. No, none at all. You're not the mouse. Not I, said the snake. He's down by the lake, eating a Guffalo cake. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Guffalo's child. Aha, 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 aho, marks in the snow. Whose are these claw marks and where do they go? Two eyes gleamed out of the treetop house. Could these be the eyes of the big bad mouse? Down flew the creature. His tail was short and he didn't have whiskers of any sort. You're not the mouse. To-hoo, not I. But he is somewhere nearby, eating a Guffalo pie. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Guffalo's child. Aha, aho, a track in the snow. Whose is this track and where does it go? Whiskers at last, and an underground house. Could this be the home of the big bad mouse? Out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery, his tail wasn't scaly, his whiskers weren't wiry. You're not the mouse, oh no, not me. He's under a tree, drinking Guffalo tea. It's all a trick, said the Guffalo's child, as she sat on a stump where the snow lay piled. I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house, not big, not bad, but a mouse at least. You'll taste as good as a midnight feast. Look, he's made a Guffalo snowman. Wait, said the mouse, before you eat, there's a friend of mine that you ought to meet. If you'll let me hop onto the hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend so bad and big. The Guffalo's child had unclenched her fist. The big bad mouse So he does exist. The mouse hopped into the hazel tree. He beckoned and said, just wait and see. Out came the moon. It was bright and round. A terrible shadow fell onto the ground. Who is this creature so big and bad and strong? His tails and whiskers are terribly strong. His ears are enormous, and over his shoulder he carries a nut as big as a boulder. The big bad mouse, yelled the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig, and he smiled. Ha ha, aho, prints in the snow. Whose are these footprints, and where do they go? The footprints led to the Gruffalo cave, where the Gruffalo's child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo's child was a bit less bored. And the Gruffalos snored and snored and snored. The end.